been asked if I would write his theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? How do you like the theme to Gary's show?
Hello, carnies, and welcome to Sideshow.
Hey, I'm Joe.
I'm Jacques.
And this one's going to be weird, man.
Yeah, Joe and I are very optimistic going into this one. At the same time, we are positive. We are positive this is going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, so when coming up with ideas for sideshows, sometimes they're pretty laser focused, like game show board games. You know, it's something finite. It's from my collection. There has to be a stopping point because I only have so many. Here, though, I thought, well, what else can we talk about that's kind of niche but interests both of us? And TV themes came to mind.
Yeah, we have a list of upcoming sideshows, but they require guests and some interesting topics, some unusual things, some interesting personalities. Yeah, but Joe pitched theme songs, and I was like, oh, great, because in conversation, it's a little hacking. People have said this. They don't seem to have, in my day, they had songs to describe the entire series.
Back in my day, they had theme songs for television shows.
Yeah, but you know why? You know why they spent the money to write theme songs?
Why?
Because Chico needed the money.
You bastard.
So, but seriously, it's like you go through, you know, and we'll go down the whole list, but it's like the theme songs are as iconic as the characters from it. It's like the Flintstone theme song is as iconic as Fred, you know, the Muppets. You keep going. I mean, there are some theme songs that like have lasted in memory longer than the shows ever did.
We were trying to narrow down
family theme songs.
Yeah.
From the 80s, from the 70s, theme songs without words.
Theme songs with words. And so what I'm trying to do now, I guess, we were trying to do this kind of haphazardly, which is probably a bad idea, but we're trying anyway. I'm going to go into my iPod. In my day, an iPhone used to be called an iPod, and that's why I called it an iPod. I'm going into my iPhone because it has on it an exorbitant amount of TV theme songs. I love TV theme songs. I grew up, I don't know if you know this, I grew up watching television.
Yeah, people listening to the podcast for more than like 3 seconds won't be surprised. And Joe and I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, and our friends were our favorite shows. Our favorite shows being everything on TV because we didn't do anything but watch TV. And when we became friends eons ago, it's like one of the biggest bonding things is, oh, you know this obscure show that lasted 2 episodes on NBC in 1974? Well, I love that. And here's the theme verbatim.
Right. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. And if it doesn't go anywhere, then I've just wasted 30 minutes of your time. But what I'm going to do is go into my iPod, and I'm going to start with an album called Television's Greatest Hits, Volume 3, the 70s and 80s.
Wait. The fact that it's a Volume 3, and these are all 30-second to minute shows that or minute songs that you needed 3 volumes because you filled up space on the. I mean, not you,
right.
But that's how that's how popular these things are and how iconic they are.
Yeah. So this one is specifically select theme songs from the 70s and 80s. They've, I forget who put it out. I don't know if it was like Rhino or I think it was like Rhino.
Rhino always put out the catalogs.
This might have been even pre-Rhino. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just look down the list. I'm going to start singing a theme song that isn't apparent, that shouldn't be apparent to Jacques right away, and then see if he can guess the theme song from my singing it. And hopefully you guys like it. I don't have the best singing voice, so obviously I want to showcase that.
It's better than me singing it. Let me give you an example. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Cincinnati, WKRP.
Tired of packing and unpacking. Yeah. Town to town.
Up and down the aisle.
Dial.
Maybe you and me were never meant to be. But baby, think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati. Is there a remote chance that anyone is listening at this point. Did I not just kill this episode of Sideshow?
Pretty much.
But have I buried Carnival personnel?
Yeah, it's dead.
Okay.
Rest in peace. So here we go. I'm going to go. That was actually one of the songs on the album. It was,
Okay.
So here we go. I'm going to also play. I'm not playing. I'm going to sing a song that maybe Jacques knows. Look at what's happened to me.
I can't believe it myself.
Suddenly I'm up. What is that
Top
from?
of the world, greatest American hero.
Oh, God. William Catt, we love you.
Seriously, that is such an underrated show. When people talk about superhero shows, like Greatest American Hero gets left off every list.
Yeah.
And that's a shame.
Yeah, exactly. William Catt, Robert Culp was his guy there, and Connie Stevens. Oh, Connie Stevens, right? What's her name? Oh,
And what is great, it's like, he just.
I'm getting her name wrong.
Yeah, no, and I don't know. Did that last like that? I don't know how
2 seasons.
It was 2 seasons.
Yeah, I was actually into it for a while, like looking back on it years ago because the DVD had come out.
We want to stay focused, as unfocused as this episode is, but to sidebar just for a moment, was that one of the greatest white men froze in TV history?
Oh God, yeah,
Okay.
He rocked that perm, baby.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
That him and Greg Brady were like up there,
yes.
right? And they were about 20 years apart.
I think he was a white spokesperson for Jerry Curl.
So I'm in his wheelhouse right now. So
One for one.
One for one. Okay, how about this one? Welcome back. Your
Dreams are your ticket out. Welcome back.
Now I keyed into
The same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you've been around,
but
those dreams have remained, and they turn around. Who'd have thought we need you? Who thought they need you?
back there where we need you?
Yeah, well, we need you.
Yeah, we teased them a lot,
but we got him on the spot. Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
I got a note. Signed,
Epstein's mother.
Epstein's mother.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Oh,
But yeah, the key to singing that song is to hold in a yawn. So, you yawn it like this. Welcome back, your dream. Yeah, you basically do that. You lose oxygen about halfway in, which is probably to the benefit of the audience. But okay, that was a slam dunk.
yeah. I mean, that's a give me. That's leaning into a pitch right there.
I might have to leave this era because I don't think I'm going to stump you with any of these songs. Yeah, they're all too good. I mean, I'll just go down the list like, Barney Miller.
Doom, doo doo doo, doo doo doo, doo 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 doo. Wojciechowicz, one of my favorite TV names of all time.
Fish.
Yeah. Oh, I would be able to tell you the entire premise of the TV show Fish, but I don't know if I remember the theme song. The thing about Fish, do you know the premise of Fish at all?
No.
Basically, Fish was the old cop, like in the Detective Bureau, under Barney Miller's like command, and he and his wife adopted foster children, and this was the absolute left-leaning, over-the-top political correctness, trying to get every ethnicity a moment in the sun on TV. So every one of their adopted children or their foster children was from a different race, creed, and color. Honestly, it was fantastic.
Okay, here's one I'm sure that you'll pick up in 2 seconds. Lady Godiva was a freedom
rider. She didn't care if the whole world sang.
Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who really cooked. That shit.
Well, the thing is, if I didn't know this song before, by the way, it's Mod.
Right.
And then came on. Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody please go to YouTube. Because one of the great things we were saying we miss about these theme songs, they explain either the whole show, the quirky premise, introducing all the characters. With the Mod one, it goes a couple more verses than most.
And then there's Mod.
And then there's Mod. And the Family Guy do a great... I'm going to say it's a third of an episode. It's almost an entire act break of a Family Guy where Peter is just getting so frustrated because he loves the song at the beginning, but by the 9th verse...
Right, because he's just like, and then there's Mod.
And then it's fine.
And then there's Maude.
Yeah, we got it.
Madame Curie was a strong woman character, working all day in a science lab, yeah. Susan B. Anthony, always out doing stuff, marching around and holding up signs.
And then there's Maude.
Pocahontas
What the hell?
had it all going on, an Indian guide with lots of Indian pride. Babe Zaharias was
come
a really
on.
good athlete, good at track and field and professional golf too.
And then there's Maude.
Amelia Earhart flew a lot of airplanes, except for that one time when she didn't come back. And then there's Maude.
There we go. That was an ordeal.
Let's see. Maybe we'll just go on and start playing theme songs. I don't know. I want to do something theme songy,
But it is. It's so hard. Like, so, we actually did decide to try to sit down and do a little prep for this one. Besides,
Oops.
Hey, what's the headline news on the Huffington Post, Fox News, and
Right.
CNN? And
What about
NBC?
those clowns in Congress?
Wow, those clowns are at it again. But then you're going down the list, and it's like, like I said, 50 best TV theme songs you find, and then the 50 best female, driven theme songs of all time, best game show theme songs.
All right. Now I'm skipping to volume 6, Remote Control, Television's Greatest Hits. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to start playing them.
Let's hear it.
And then hopefully this kind of makes sense, because there's a little technical stuff that isn't jiving with the recording of this. But here we go. Do you know this one?
Setting my ways, losing track of the days.
I do.
Only me to live for.
Have no need to give more than I want to.
Spending my time just holding
Emmanuel
the
Lewis.
Webster.
And do you remember the most horrific Webster's episode ever?
Which one is the awful Webster one?
The awful Webster episode was the one where they had to change venues, essentially. I think it was like a season-ending cliffhanger where Webster... If anybody doesn't know what Webster is, just look it up. But Webster is a small, young black child who was adopted by a white couple. Alex Karras was the father, and I forget the actress who played the mother. But they lived in a high-rise apartment. And then at the end of the second season, I believe, for some reason, Alex Karras's character, I think, if I remember correctly, they bring home a bunch of unsafe toys or something like that. And then there was a chemistry set. Webster saw the chemistry set unattended and started to play with it and lit his apartment on fire. The whole apartment burned down. Not the building, but the apartment was just burned to the crisp. Nobody died.
And he started saying, "We don't need no water, let the motherfucking burn."
That's right.
Burn, motherfucker, burn. I remember that episode.
So,
now.
but it was a horrific, awful, oh my God, he burned down his home. But then they got a brand new home in the third season, which was sprawling, and it was like a single family home kind of deal. So it was an upgrade. So kids, if you want to move out of your shitty 2-bedroom apartment in Midtown Manhattan or wherever they live, so how about this one?
Show me that smile.
Ooh, show me that smile. Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're gonna convert all people to Christianity. Oh wait, that's the alternate version to that theme song that Kirk Cameron wanted to sing. That was the theme song from Growing Pains. How great is that, though?
Gonna brag about the career a little bit. I'm working on Touched by an Angel. Kirk Cameron comes in for a meeting with the executive producer, and at the time, he's on a show on, what's the precursor to CW?
The WB?
What was the one?
UPN?
UPN. And that at the time had Homeboys from Outer Space on it. And he's sitting in the waiting room, and I got in trouble from the executive producer, who was trying to yell at me at the same time, couldn't stop laughing, when she found out that I told him he was the funniest white guy on UPN.
Wow. Yeah, so that was...
The joke was, I think he was the only white guy on UPN at the time.
Here's another one from Volume 6.
New boy in the neighborhood.
Lives downstairs and it's understood. He's
I thought we agreed we would not give any extra press to GOP douchebags. I believe that Charles in charge
of our days and our nights. I want him to be in charge of me.
Yeah. So, I don't even want to glorify that show at all because seriously, what a douche.
Yeah, I know.
Like ever since Joni Loves Chachi, that guy's been a douche.
And he was, I mean, he's torn through more ladies than Jack the Ripper. I think when he was coming through Hollywood, he was quite a coxman, if I dare say. And he had a great appearance on the Howard Stern show where it was like a tell-all of like everything. Like it was amazing. This is pre super douche. Like this is when he was.
Is this how he got his douche? Oh, is this when he was promoting his douchey show?
Yes, the like what was it, the 40 and single or something like that? You're right.
I thought it was douchey and more douchey.
Right. More can douchey. So how about this gem? Here we are, face to face. A couple of silver spoons.
Open mind,
yeah.
two of a kind.
Make it go, make it grow. Together, we're gonna find a way. Yeah, so I always wanted to have a train track in my house growing up because of this show.
We talked about that in the arcade episode.
That's right.
He had a Dragon Slayer. Didn't he have a Dragon Slayer?
He had all sorts of.
But that was like at the time, like that was the first Laserdisc game. It was like, wow, that's not just like Pac-Man in there.
That was like So he was a rich kid, and that also introduced the world to Alfonso Ribeiro
and Rick Schroeder.
Ricky, no, it was
well then, but now
it's I think is it Richard Schroeder at this point?
I think he's gone back actually to like it was a big thing when like 30 years later he's trying to get Dial soap commercials.
Well, when he was on NYPD Blue, he was Rick Schroeder. Right. Yeah, but now it's Ricky Schroeder. We love you, Ricky. How about this one? Thank you for being a friend. Do 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 do. Travel down the road and back again. They're trying to bring this back.
Oh, that's great.
But it's with 4 gay guys. They're calling it Silver Foxes.
Oh, that's
apparently it's being held up in production, according to the producers, by homophobia.
Oh.
Which I don't know about that. Well, not in this day and age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, who would be afraid of, gay people on television?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, about 40% of
okay,
the country.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
let's see. His approval rating about 35%. So about 35% of people.
Yeah, so they're trying to bring back Golden Girls, but that was a fantastic theme song.
I think Golden Girls, correct me if I'm wrong, is the first time anyone's ever used the term gilf.
When it came to Blanche Dubois?
Oh yeah,
Rue McClanahan.
Seriously,
yeah.
Wouldn't mind breaking up a piece of that Kit Kat bar, if you know what I mean.
I'm more of an Estelle Getty person myself. Who is ironically the youngest of the 4. Right, but of course Betty White. She was just fucking amazing.
Yeah, honestly, if you're going to bang somebody in their 90s right now,
right, I think there'll be the surviving one. Yeah, the
Who's
surviving
alive?
one. I'd go for the surviving one.
All right.
Yeah. How about?
So picky.
Here we go. Here's one that you'll know immediately.
Police Squad?
That's right.
Police Squad, for those who don't know, was a spin-off, basically a takeoff of Airplane. And sadly, they pulled it, and they said it was too smart for American television at the time. This was pre-VCR, so people couldn't tape it and watch it again. But it was just like when Airplane came out, and you missed 90% of the jokes the first time around because you were either laughing hysterically at the first joke while the next 3 played, or it was a sight gag that you didn't get right away.
Right, like the staple of Sight Gag of Police Squad was actually in the squad room. The door to Police Squad had a window on it and the words Police Squad written on it. The top word police was written correctly. And then they reversed squad on the bottom. So you would read it from one way to the other. Yeah.
All that stuff. Well, there was one of my favorite things. There was a bank scene where, a guy goes up and he's waiting in line to see the teller and she's behind like a gate. It's not the plexiglass, it's the gate. And he's like, can I talk to you in private? It's like, well, sure. And she takes 2 steps to the left of where she was standing, and it's just open. So it's like, why do you have this security gate in front of her when you can at least take 1 step around? But it's one of those things where a lot of people might have been following the dialogue, but it was sad. I think they shot a whole season, or they shot 12, but I think only like 5 or 6 aired.
Yeah, I know. It was just, but it's all available on DVD. And then, of course, that spawned the Naked Gun series, which was itself fantastic.
Thank you, O.J. Simpson.
Oh, God. Yeah. Here we go. How about this one?
Don't say it.
Rod Roddy was the announcer. These are the Tates. You're watching Soap.
Oh, right. That was great.
Yeah, Soap. And then the same composer. Okay, so George Tipton was the composer of this theme. He also composed this theme. You know what it is, right? Same. Get in that mindset of Soap, and that font. You know, that 80s font. I think it might have been a spin-off of Soap.
I think it was a spin-off of Soap. It was with the people who left Soap.
Robert Guillaume, Benson. Yes.
Yeah, Benson was on Soap.
Right. Yeah, and he was like the butler to the governor.
Okay, here's my name-dropping Robert Guillaume story.
Oh my God.
He did a guest appearance. Scott Grimes was at the time on Good Behavior. I think that was a UPN show where he
Good
was,
with an E.
Yes. Sherman Helmsley was the star of it. And I think that was the show that Guillaume came on. And when Scott introduced me, it was one of those cringeworthy moments where he's like, hey, this is my friend Jacques. And as he's shaking my hand, he's like, I had a son named Jacques who had passed away. But he's like, he didn't tell me that part. But when he said it, and he's shaking my hand, and he was being very nice about it. But I'm like, that was past tense.
Right.
That's awkward. I'm just meeting this guy and being told about a dead child.
Yep.
So that's my brush with greatness.
That's how about now? I wasn't into this show, but you were. Here we go.
Once in every lifetime comes a love like this.
Oh, this is
Oh, I need you, you need me. Oh, my darling, can't you see? Young one.
the young ones.
The young ones.
Which is funny because this morning, at the track, not the horse track, right? You're running sprints. It's like I forget. We were sprinting with the little guys, and my sister's like, "Oh, he's one step beyond." And then she started singing this country song that has that line in it. In my head, I was singing Madness, one step beyond. And the great thing about that show, they would all of a sudden, it's like, "What's that racket upstairs?" I think it's Madness. And then they would cut to the band Madness, and one of the guys' rooms playing a song. They kept introducing bands like that all the time.
Oh,
Just
wow.
non sequiturs. Cut to.
And funny thing about Madness is that they had the one hit Our House in the U.S., but in the U.K. they went on for years.
Well, that's the funny thing. Everybody here knows One Step Beyond, or knows Our House. But one of my favorite songs, and they were. I'd have to ask my friend John. I don't know if they are the grandfathers of ska, but they were definitely a pioneer. And their song, One Step Beyond. That's the entire lyrics of the song. That's 2 or 3 times in it. The singer was one step beyond, and then it would go on to a bridge. It's great.
How about this one? Sometimes the world looks perfect.
Perfect Strangers.
Nothing can be a
Yeah, there you go. Balky. What country was Balky from?
But he was from Mypos.
Mypos.
Which didn't exist.
Right.
Yeah, it was this is a little island country. Mypos. It was like a Greek island.
That's great.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't be ridiculous. Cousin Larry, we are so happy. Now we do the dance of joy.
I mean, the funny thing is you're playing not obscure ones, but these aren't the iconic ones, but we still know them almost instantly.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows this one. What is it? Come on, man. This is an instrumental.
It's reference.
Harry Anderson.
Night Court.
Yes.
Night Court. Thank you. Thank you.
God. How great is that show?
That show was great.
Yeah. So, who was your favorite bailiff?
Bull.
Yeah, was it Bull?
It had to be Bull.
What about there were two Selmas that died. in it.
Right.
Weird, by the way. They had Selma Diamond, and they had Selma Richardson or something.
Weird that they never found her. What?
But of course, the Marky Post got me through many nights.
But honestly, my hero from the show, one of my top 5 favorite characters in TV is Dan Fielding.
Dan Fielding, man.
He was like, to be honest, I don't know if you could get away with a character like that. Maybe on an FX show, maybe on a Cartoon Network, an Adult Swim show. But his piggery / douchebaggery knew absolutely no bounds.
My favorite episode is when he saved Christine's life she was choking or something, and he said, she's like, Dan, thank you so much for saving my life. How can I ever repay you? And he's like, sleep with me.
Right.
And then they go to perform this ritual at like some hotel room, and then every member of the Night Court cast kept like barging in.
Right.
And so he's about to, make love to Christine, and then all of a sudden, Dan notices a guy on the window, on the ledge of the apartment that they're in, and he's about to jump. And so Dan, he's like interrupting this loser who's about to jump, and then he's like,
all right, so you're not getting any. Big deal. What about us guys who are? You jump off this thing, plunge down there, splatter all over the sidewalk. She is going to be very upset. And I'm going to wind up playing with the TV remote all night. I didn't mean to ruin your evening. It's just what? You can't make up your mind about anything, can you? Well, listen, if you're going to stay. If you're going to jump, jump. Bye. No. Sicko. Let's go.
Hey! This man just saved your life. And now you gotta sleep with.
Yeah, so we love Night Court here on Carnival Personnel. Let's get through.
Well, how do you not? Because he's a magician. Like he was always trying to find a way to get in his hacky magic tricks
It wasn't
into the show.
hacky. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, don't knock Harry Anderson. He was a great man, and is a great man. I think he's still with us. Let's see. There's a couple moron. There's a couple.
That would describe Carnival Personnel.
Yeah, exactly. I want to put on. We can get into like the dramas because all the sitcoms we know and love, but there are some dramas on this one.
But I was never a big drama guy, so I might not get.
You saved the drama for your mama. Is what it was. I don't know. You're not going to know. Everybody knows this one.
The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we know this one.
Just some good old boys, never meaning no harm.
Except for Tom Wopat, who's in the news. Did you hear about that?
Yes, just locally.
Yes,
here. Right. Like, well, you know what? In his defense, he is famous.
Yes. Which, by the way, the president said.
Very presidential of him.
Yes.
Very presidential of him.
I don't know if he grabbed her by that, but he did try to grab her, apparently.
Right.
Allegedly. Yeah.
And again, he's famous. It's okay.
They let you do that.
They let you do that.
Yeah. So,
what was my mom doing out anyway?
I'm going to play one that's just going to tickle your nostalgia bone. Here we go. This is going to get the cease and desist letter from ABC.
Did you have the express reading right for the NFL and ABC?
Yeah.
Not just the NFL. Another Family Guy reference.
Yeah. This is so great. This is how much the NFL did not even consider concussions back in the day. Their opening logo
was
Monday
two
Night
helmets smashing together and breaking into a billion pieces.
Exactly right. They might as well just been skulls. Like just make two skulls do that.
Well, they didn't consider any of that stuff because Monday Night Football was it. It was the granddaddy of all. There's all these great documentaries about it. But those guys were hammered in the booth, just absolutely hammered. hammered.
Oh,
They were
God.
complete rock stars.
Have you ever seen the made-for-TV movie? I think it was on TNT. Probably not, because I had to go look it up when I heard about it. It's called Monday Night Madness.
Yes.
Oh, you have seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that pales in comparison to like the real stories.
Yeah.
Like when you actually see it. But what an iconic theme song. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and it's just like, and how sad is it that it's not part like Sunday Night Football that NBC has, and now we have like, and that theme song's okay, but it's not like it doesn't get you like,
nothing. That is it.
And then we were talking about this earlier. This particular theme song.
Some walk by night.
Moonlighting.
Yes. Some fly by day. Nothing comes in.
Joe brought this up because I made the joke on this week's Carnival Personnel that I recited to our managers upstairs because they never listen to the show. It's like, hey, I heard there's no atmosphere on Mars, so they're going to put up some moonlighting and some Al Jarreau, to which Joe instantly started singing the theme song from Moonlighting.
Badly, by the way, just as you already heard.
All right, let's hit us with one more going out on this. Before we go to the last one, it is, Carnival Personnel. We don't have to tell you how to find us or Sideshow because you're listening, but I'm on Twitter at the Jacques4.
I'm
Joe.
at Twitter at OptiGrabber.
And so please tweet at us or send a message, via the Facebook page, Carnival Personnel. Not the Carnival podcast. That turns out to be a different thing.
Not Carnival.
Not Carnival.
Yeah.
Carnival Personnel. What are the best 5 theme songs that Joe should sing on our next Sideshow that we do?
Or our next episode. Anything. Yeah, right.
Anything. And if you want to be funny and say the best 5 theme songs he should sing are theme songs that are instrumental only,
I could do that.
like The Kids in the Hall, Sanford and Son.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yes, you could. All right.
I will do that. I'll just do it now.
So thank you for listening to Sideshow. This will be the last one. Make it a good one, Joe. Make it a good one.
Here to take us out is an oldie but a goodie.
It's okay to watch Mr. Belvedere every day. It's not okay to masturbate after each episode of Mr. Belvedere.
The Mr. Belvedere Appreciation Club or whatever that was. And also, Google the story about Christopher Hewitt sitting on his balls during a table read and where he had to be carted away by ambulance. He had to go to the hospital because he sat on his balls.
How did you get the Franks above? How did you get the beans
How'd you get
above
the beans
the
above the
Franks?
Franks? Yeah, I think Bob Uecker's best sitcom. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Has to be, right?
I can't think of another sitcom of Bob Uecker.
No. So that was it. This is Carnival Personnel signing off. And Jacques, please,
Yes.
don't forget